Okay, just wait. They're ready to count me down.
At the moment, there's nothing on the box.
You guys are ready, eh? You ready? Wait. Can we go? And welcome to the second episode of the Final Huddle. So what is the Final Huddle? You know, just before a game, when the team gets together and the coach or captain hopefully give them a few pearls of wisdom, well, that's hopefully what we'll do today for you ahead of today's big game, which of course is the Springboks versus the Pumas in Nelspruit. Well, what's on the menu for today? We've got a little look back at the Currie Cup final, a look forward to the United Rugby Championship and the South African teams joining the fray this weekend. Then we're going to go into the Bok preview, look at Eben's amazing milestone, and maybe look at whether Manie Libbok should be kicking for the Boks. But first, we are here at Crusaders Rugby Club. As you can see, there's a match going on behind me, and the home team is facing Groot Brak Rivier in the Gold Cup. And I've got a couple of special guests that I'll introduce to you in a few minutes. We will chat to Octafield founder and director, Ronaldo Botma, and then we have a special guest who I'm going to introduce a little bit later. But for now, you can go to @Octafield on our various social media channels and you'll be able to have a sneak peek of exactly who that is. But for now, let's talk a bit of club rugby. And with me, I have former KwaZulu-Natal Rugby Union President and SA Rugby Board member, Skalk Liebenberg. Skalk, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Brendan. It's a pleasure to be here.
You have probably come to Crusaders, I want to say thousands of times, maybe hundreds of times over the years in different capacities. What a great show they put on here today.
Absolutely. I think Crusaders is probably one of the flagship clubs in KwaZulu-Natal, if not South Africa, with the facilities they've got. And it's all about the community here. And I think the future of club rugby will always happen in a very close-knit community.
In terms of the Gold Cup, obviously a good thing for clubs to have something to aim for at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think everybody wants to achieve something higher than just playing club rugby. And hopefully some individual players that's on the borderline of becoming provincial players, it's a bit of a showpiece and they get that chance to actually show how good they are against other provinces and also other players.
Last week in the round one, this is round two, there were 3 results that were over 100. And then Rovers, the other representative from KZN, got 97 points. What can possibly be done to mitigate those big scores in next season's competition?
Look, I think the way that they've structured it, with 2 clubs representing each province, there could always be a mismatch along the way somewhere. Certain provinces aren't as strong as other provinces. And just a thought that I've got, maybe they should seed them at the end of the season. And they have 2 different cups that they play for. They play for the Gold Cup and maybe a lesser cup after that, where everybody gets a good chance to play strength against strength.
And possibly a promotion relegation system based on the provinces.
Maybe, but the thing is, to qualify to play the Gold Cup,
Yeah.
it's actually the previous year's first and second in
Yes.
that. So you might have a very good year now, but next year you might not be as good, because things work in seasons. So it's always difficult to judge how strong you're going to be next year.
It obviously takes a lot to run a club like this, and because these days most clubs don't get assistance from the unions, they have to fund everything themselves, and having people come and contributing to the club is vital, and especially sponsors.
Well, I think that's why I'm such I really support clubs that are settled in their community, because the players who play there, it seems like they might just have a different, might be a different caliber of player. They don't expect so much when it comes to a monetary value. because they enjoy being part of the community and being part of the whole system. Where there are many clubs that sits outside the community, and there you have to go and recruit outside your province. You've got to get guys. It's not a natural progression to actually live and play in the same area.
A number of these matches are being streamed on various channels, and hopefully someone maybe sees someone that stands out. We hope that the provincial coaches are keeping an eye on the matches that are happening, and even if one or two players possibly get a professional contract over the course of the next couple of weeks, that would be a win for the competition.
No, absolutely. I think rugby is a bit congested at the moment, with all the international games being played, provincial games being played, and so the coaches are very involved there. Hopefully they will know about the streaming, and then they can actually go afterwards and have a look at it. But I think maybe when it comes to provincial players to be selected on the higher level, there should be, like in the old days, they used to have a small little committee that went to source players and scout players. Maybe the provinces should start looking at that again and put a committee together from within the clubs that can actually go out there and scout the players and put them at a different level, and then go to the coaches, because they haven't got enough time, and say, okay, fine, these are clips we put together for you, have a look at these guys.
Well, certainly from Octafield's point of view, one of our aims, and Ronaldo will get into that in more depth after the break, but we want to help uplift clubs and uplift schools. Now, nothing will happen at a club without administrators, and you've been an administrator for 45 years. You recently stepped away from the game. Can you just give us a quick snapshot of your career over the years and what it's brought to your life?
Well, I think becoming an administrator was quite a coincidence. Didn't really plan. I was 22 years old. I was just transferred to Walvis Bay. I was in the Navy those days. And I was captain of the first side in Walvis Bay for the Defence Force. But every Monday morning I had to go and see my colonel, because he wanted to discuss what happened over the weekend. And because of that interaction with him, he started using me a bit more on the administrative side, on the selection side and things like that. And it was just a natural progression to carry on with it. So most of my rugby playing career, I also did administration. And the day that I really stopped playing Premier League, I really went for it after that. And then, but you have to be passionate about it. You can't just be part of a system and just hope that you'll go to the next level and not work hard at it. It's like anything in life, you've got to work hard. And you've got to be passionate, and you've got to expect not to get anything for it. No accolades, no nothing. But if you carry on and you make use of it, it helps you all over. Doing good administration helps you in your working life, helps you in everything that you do.
Well, it's just gone half-time here at Crusaders Rugby Club, and it looks like Groot Brakrivier, the visitors, are leading 14-7. There are multiple matches happening around the country. We'll try to bring you results when we can. But Skalk, thanks so much for joining us, and thank you for your service in club rugby over all the years. I know the clubs in KZN certainly are grateful for that. And